Compared to last training camp, your first year as a starter?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it feels different having a season under my belt where I got to play all 16 games in the season and then playoff games. But just kind of knowing what to do, knowing how camp goes with another year under my belt, and knowing what I need to do each and every day in order to have success on the field.
How important is it to get on the same page with McCole Hardman in his first rookie training camp in just the next couple of days, you and him out there getting chemistry down?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's going to be someone that's going to be featured in the offense, so I get to make sure that I get that relationship with him, that chemistry going, especially these first few days when it's just kind of me and him kind of working with these other rookies. But I mean, with everybody, we're going to keep working and keep getting reps. Having Kelsey back out there is going to be fun. So just kind of working with everybody, getting that chemistry going, so when the season comes, we're right on the same page.
Patrick, what's your sense of optimism at this point? Any more, any less than it was this time last year?
No, I mean, obviously when you first come into training camp, you expect to win the Super Bowl. So coming in with that same mentality of we're going to go in each and every day getting better, making sure that we're getting better each day, because in order to get to that lofty goal of the Super Bowl, you have to make sure that you maximize each and every opportunity that you have.
What part of that is the AFC Championship game? What part of that is it in your motivation? Just throw it away, or is it part of your drive?
Yeah, I mean every win and every loss you use going into the next season. Obviously, we were super close to making the Super Bowl, and we fell just short of that. But we're going to keep progressing forward, keep learning from that game, learn from what we didn't do as well, and learn from what we didn't have success from.
Patrick, you posted a video on Instagram last night that kind of looked like it was what you did over the summer. How different was this off season from the ones that you had in the past?
Yeah, I mean, I had more obligations, of course, but I got to enjoy it. I think that was the biggest thing, is I got to do a lot of things that I had dreamed about doing, aligning myself with a lot of great partners and traveling to places and to games that I've always watched on TV. And so it was really cool to kind of absorb all that stuff. We get to do it with a lot of teammates and friends and be a part of that. But now I'm glad now to be in St. Joe's playing football and focusing on football all the time, all day long.
That's stuff important. I mean, the bonding on the field that you guys do. It looks like you have a lot of fun too. But is there carryover there? Is that important for the job on the field?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, being able to know someone not only on the field but off the field, you can kind of know what they're going to do when they're running their routes, or knowing what they want and what kind of ball they want thrown to them. So being with these guys, we did it all last season. We always would kind of every Friday night kind of go hang out at each other's houses and do stuff like that. You kind of build that chemistry of just knowing who the guy is more than just the football player.
Patrick, what tells you during the offseason you struck the right balance between football and some of these other things you were talking about? The personal stuff, maybe the endorsements, that kind of thing.
I think just using the people around me, having LaTroy Hawkins and my dad who've been professional athletes and had to do other things outside of their sport, but still making sure that the sport was the first thing. I mean, using them for advice as role models for me, that I can go out there and do these things that are outside of football, but at the same time keeping football as the main motivation.
Did they have to pull you back at all, or push you into football a little, or how did that go?
It never had to pull me back. You have to learn how to say no. I mean, I think that's the biggest difference, is that you have to learn that you can't do everything. You can't do everything that everyone wants you to do. You have to make sure that you give the right amount of time for football and for making yourself better and getting your body in the best shape possible. But then whenever you can enjoy time away from football and doing these other things, you enjoy it.
Patrick, how do you think your body is now than last year, just weight-wise and conditioning? Are you different?
Yeah, I mean, we did our the body fat testing already today, and I was down more than I was last year, about what I was at when I was at the best shape possible last year. So I'm excited for that, and I'm gonna try to keep my weight down and at the same time have that muscle to be able to sustain a full season.
Super confidence muscle as opposed to a couple months ago when you were kind of joking about
Yeah, I cut down some of the fat and made it a little bit more muscle. I mean, Coach Rube's he has a great strength and conditioning program, and so for me it was about just going out there and maximizing that, and then when I go home with Bobby Stroop, my trainer back home, just maximizing every workout that I can get.
Doing this a third time, is there something that you found to appreciate more going into this one, having the last two experiences, obviously last year as a starter, that there's something about camp that you're starting to appreciate more the more you do it?
Yeah, I think you enjoy the brotherhood. Just being it with the guys, I mean, 24 hours it seems like, and being able to just focus on football and nothing else. It's something that I really do enjoy, of just getting out here to St. Joe's, and they treat us amazing there, and so I'm excited to be here with all those guys and these young guys and build relationships with them.
Patrick, have you talked to Tyreek since the ruling came down and what his mindset kind of is coming into camp?
Yeah, I got to throw with him, and I mean he's in an excited mindset. I guess you'd say he's ready to get out here and be a part of the guys and get to enjoy this. Like I said, it's a brotherhood, and we're excited that we can go out there and just build with each other and get better together.
Patrick,
Did you guys
what?
stay in touch with him as this whole process went on after you guys broke?
Yeah, I mean you always stay in touch with your teammates, with guys that you've built relationships with, and so we stayed in touch with him as much as possible, as well as letting that stuff handle itself. And it was good to welcome him back now and to be a part of the team and can build the team that we want to build.
That's a game changer, right? Having him back as opposed to not having him.
Yeah, I mean he's obviously a great football player, and more than that, I mean he's a good friend of mine and someone that I work with a lot. So I'm excited to have him back out here with us and working, building that chemistry even more.
Patrick,
One question, Patrick. So how do you feel? What's your expectation of this season? Like, being the MVP, coming up with a phenomenal season. Like, how do you prepare yourself to come back to another season to try to cap off what you did last year?
I mean, it's obviously a great question. I can barely see your face with that chain on. But yeah, obviously, I mean, we had a great season this last season. We've added some young components to the team. We're going to try to keep building and progress more and more as an offense and as an entire team.
Patrick, what's it like riding a horse through the ocean?
Yeah, I didn't know the ocean was part of the trip. My girlfriend obviously is an animal lover. So we have the dogs, and I mean, that was her big deal. Was she wanted to go out there and ride the horses. Somehow, some way, the people that took us on the tour were Texas Tech graduates, so they made sure to show me exactly the ins and out of everything. Haven't rode a horse since I was about 8 years old, but it was cool to get up on there and kind of get in the ocean. And I mean, I didn't know horses like to swim, but I guess they do.
Patrick, do you look at this as go time, that this is the switch to the beginning of the season, and now, I mean, you've got a preseason game in just a couple weeks. So how do you view stepping into this and what you want to achieve right from the start?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously go time. I mean, for every team that's reporting to camp, I mean, this is when you have to get better. This is when you build on the fundamentals that you'll use at the end of the season. And I think that's a huge deal, is being able to go in, build a foundation that you can utilize the entire season whenever times are good or when times are bad.
Couple more guys.
When you hear people say that you can't repeat last year or you're going to take a step back, how do you react to that?
I mean, as a competitor, I mean, I'm going out there and trying to be the best quarterback I can be. And I think with the people around me, it's not about me trying to take a next step. It's about me just going within the offense and leaning on my teammates and letting them rise up with me. And I feel like that's something that we're going to try to do as a team, is just build with each other in order to take that next step as an offense and as a team.
Patrick, how much of the brotherhood in the private workouts, how much do you think that was helpful for Tyreek just to stay in contact with you guys, and how much do you feel like that bonded you guys together as you prepare for this season?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just something that we do as a team, and like you said, as a brotherhood, is we always are working together. If it was with Tyreek, or if it was with Kelsey, or if it was with me, Cole, I mean, I was always trying to get some extra work in to kind of build that chemistry. Because if you look at the great teams, the great players, they're always trying to get better, not just within the practice. They want to get better outside of it in order to be the best they possibly can whenever the season comes.
But could you tell that meant something to Tyreek to go through those workouts just like it was last year?
Yeah, I mean, he obviously wants to be a part of the team, be a part of everyone around here, and we obviously want to be a part of his journey and his success. So for us, we're going to go out there and keep building and keep trying to get better. We're all a lot of young guys, so we're going to keep trying to build and get better each and every year. And this is going to be a big year about us trying to take that next step.
Last question.
Patrick, you have young guys like Nicole. What's one thing that you told him to expect coming into camp this year?
To make sure his legs are ready. I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, when you get to a football camp in the NFL, I mean, it's full go every single play. There's no off reps. I mean, you're going every single rep. And so kind of reiterating to him when we would work in this little off-season break that we had, is that every single rep is important. You can't take any rep off, because you don't know if that's going to be the rep that can get you to the Super Bowl in the end.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Patrick.